Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your May 2016 mid-month readings. I continue to use the Gilded Tarot deck. It's probably not the most pleasant card to show you on the Gilded Tarot deck, the Tower, but the artwork's beautiful anyway. I was going to use a different tarot deck, a new one that I've been exploring recently. I was going to start using those for the mid-month readings, or at least this month, to see how it goes, but because of the energies I keep getting off of that deck of cards, I decided to use them only for my career and finance readings, primarily for my personal, the personal readings, career and finance business readings I do. Although I may, at some point during this summer, begin to implement some general business, career, and finance readings as well, because it's one of my favorite areas to read in. So for the time being, I'm still going to continue with my beloved Gilded Tarot for the general readings. So I would like to extend my gratitude and appreciation to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. Your love and feedback and support and caring means so much to me, and it really makes what I do have deeper meaning and purpose. So thank you very much for that. I enjoy so much reading all of your comments and feedback, both the ones you put directly on my YouTube videos and the ones you send via email. And yes, I keep hearing the ones about working on the volume for the videos, so I'm actually working on resolving that, as I'm looking to buy a whole new computer system anyway. So hopefully that will be resolved sometime during June. But again, thank you so much for your loyalty and your support and your feedback. And please keep those comments coming, because I rarely have time to respond to each and every one of them personally, but I do read all of them, so please keep writing those. I enjoy them very much, and I'm grateful for the feedback that I get. And a thank you, as I always send out, to those of you who reach out for personal one-on-one readings. It's a pleasure and an honor always to read for you. And I know I say that every month, but an honor and a pleasure really kind of sums it up. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have even a momentary piece of your life. I find a lot of those readings quite profound to me on a personal level as well, and they always add to a deeper knowledge and appreciation and intuition of the cards. So thank you very much to those of you who reach out for personal readings, both my one-timers and my regular clients as well. It's a pleasure. Thank you. And for those of you who are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and that will give you a little more information and detail on myself, the services I offer, and my contact information, which is Nagy1McGuire@gmail.com. I do readings full-time, so I work pretty diligently with you and your schedule to get you readings as quickly as possible. My current turnaround time is between 1 and 4 to 5 days, depending on reschedules I get, and also whether you want recorded or live reading, because I often have to coordinate time zones, as probably half of my clients are international. So again, if you're interested, please send me an email and we will go from there. I would be delighted to work with you. So let's get into this reading. This is a general reading, by the way, as I'm sure you're probably tired of hearing all of us readers preface the videos. But there may be some months and some readings, subscribers, that resonate a little more predictably for you with your rising and your moon sign. So always watch all three of those, no matter what readers that you follow. Because some months, again, it may be your moon sign that resonates more predictably for you than your rising or your sun, or vice versa. And two, there might also be other readers that resonate for you more predictably some months and some mid-months than the ones you normally follow. It's really all about you getting what you need at the end of the day. There's a lot of really great and interesting readers out on YouTube, so shop around and find the one that seems to resonate with you the most. And for those of you for whom I am included in that group, my gratitude and appreciation. Thank you. So let's get into this. Moving on, this is for Sagittarius for the month of May 2016, mid-month. My lovely, fiery, feisty, carefree Sagittarians. What does the remainder of May hold for you? Lovely fire sign Sagittarius. May 2016, mid-month. Sagittarius, May 2016. and 16 mid-month. Okay. We begin with the Nine of Wands, followed by the Five of Swords, the Five of Cups, followed by the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, followed by the Death card, and from the bottom of the deck, as your crowning card, overall theme and general feeling, we have the Ace of Wands. Three aces, Sagittarius. You have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. It feels like a very profound, movement-oriented sort of month, Sagittarian, and whatever you, it looks like whatever you plan on doing, and it looks like there's a fair amount of new beginnings here, or at least one particular path of new beginnings where success is almost guaranteed, assuming that you act on it. Let's just take a quick look. Okay, let's begin. So Sagittarius, we find ourselves in the middle of May 2016, roughly, with the Nine of Wands paired with the Five of Swords. So the Nine of Wands. Wands is governed by the element of fire and air, but primarily fire. And when you think about that combination, it's a very dynamic combination. And the suit of Wands is a very dynamic, action-oriented suit. It's mostly about change, movement, action, power, forward momentum. The Nine of Wands is a card that points to feeling as if you've, of not feeling, but having run into an obstacle or roadblock, an unexpected. For some of you, this is going to represent a temporary defeat or a failure of some kind. I'm not getting the feeling that it's a huge catastrophic thing, but that it has really taken you off guard. It was an unexpected sort of thing. You can see on this card there is this cluster of 8 wands in the ground behind this man, and they represent an obstacle or a challenge that he's run into. He's holding on to the 9th one, almost as if it's the only thing holding him up because he's sunk down into the ground. This cluster of wands represents an obstacle he ran into, a roadblock of some kind, or a temporary defeat, and he wasn't expecting it. It's taken him by surprise, and he has retreated. He's taken a step back, and he's trying to figure out what happened. He's confused, disappointed, surprised, didn't expect it. He's trying to figure out if he did something wrong, and if so, what that was. And it's a card of taking a step back and re-strategizing before you go back in to tackle something perhaps with a different perspective or from a different way. This is a card of withdrawal but not retreat. It's a card that points towards needing to take a step back, evaluate a situation, try not to let the emotions of what's happened lead the way, and figure out, look at it, figure out what happened, what went wrong, if there was a different way that you could deal with it, re-strategize, come up with a different plan, and then go back in and tackle it from a different direction. Now, this Nine of Wands is accompanied by the Five of Swords. This is a very interesting combination because at first glance they appear to have contradictory definitions. The Five of Swords. Now, swords is governed by the element of air. So swords is a suit that's all about our words and ideas, our mindset, our perspective, how we look at things, our belief systems. It's all about what goes on up in our heads, about how we see things, how we look at things. And fives can often represent conflict and instability. But now, this Five of Swords technically represents a victory, but a rather shallow victory, not really. You can see that in this picture, this man has just finished a battle. He has defeated or overcome his foes, his enemies, his opponents. He's gathered up all of their weapons, their swords, and he's holding his own aloft in victory. But if you look closely at him, he doesn't appear to be particularly victorious. He looks tired, defeated, worn out. He's bleeding from a cut on the forehead. The overall feeling and theme and even colors in this picture is kind of grim and kind of bleak. It almost reeks of despair. And even though technically he's won, it's cost him a lot. And this card begs the question, is it worth it? Has it been worth it? Is it worth continuing in? The Five of Swords always gives me a feeling of winning one battle in a series of battles. It isn't the first one, and it won't be the last one unless you choose to walk a different path. Yes, you've won this one, but it's cost you quite a bit, and was it really worth it, and is it really worth continuing? Now, this combination of cards, Sagittarius, I'm feeling that together, because you have to read the cards in conjunction with the ones around them as well. It feels as if in the middle of May 2016, Sagittarius, it feels as if you had some kind of small victory, or were able to take a step in a direction that maybe it was hard won, or you won some kind of conflict that was between you and somebody else, or some kind of battle of some kind. You've won this small victory, but it doesn't feel the way that you thought it would feel, or it just hasn't turned out the way that you thought it would turn out. Whether it was a small victory or a big one, it feels like it's only one in a series unless you decide to go off on a different path. And again, it just doesn't feel like you thought it would. It's not making you happy. And you know, I'm looking over at the spread overall, and I'm trying to see if I'm getting a feeling on what it's actually specifically oriented towards, and I'm not. You've got two cup cards, two pentacles cards, two wands, and two major arcana. So really, this could be focused on a variety of things. It could be about love and romance, a relationship. It could be, you know, a rather contentious relationship between you and someone else. It could be an uncomfortable situation or event or situation at work, or with a colleague perhaps that you've been arguing with, or you won some kind of victory, but it's really costing you more in the long run. It really could be a variety of things. What I'm feeling more is the energy and the advice, so you'll have to take that and apply it as you can if it does apply to you, and let me know how this resonates for you. So again, temporary victory, but it feels like it's just going to continue, and it doesn't feel like you're happy or satisfied. It feels almost as if you kind of are at the end of this and going, I'm not sure if this is really what I want after all. I mean, I've been working for it, I've been fighting for it, but it just doesn't, maybe this isn't really what I want. And you kind of get stuck. It feels like you get stuck in that energy for just a little while. At least the advice would be, don't get stuck in it for too long, but it feels like you kind of get focused on these negative feelings, or these feelings of unfulfillment or dissatisfaction. Right next to that, we have the Five of Cups, followed by the Knight of Pentacles. So the Five of Cups. Cups is governed by the element of water, and Cups is a suit all about our emotions and feelings. It can also represent love and relationships. Again, we have that five, another five, about instability and conflict. And again, I'm feeling maybe this is more about a relationship, although it could be not necessarily love and romance. It could be family, with a friend, a relative, a business colleague of some kind. So we have the Five of Cups, which is a card. As I nickname some of my cards, I often think of this card as the crying over spilt milk card. It's a card of focusing too much negative and emotional energy in what you no longer have, what has changed, what you've lost, what you feel may have been taken from you. And it's past related. It's about energies in the past. It's a card about being stuck in the past. There's a time for honoring the past, and then a time to move on from that. And the challenge is not to get stuck in that energy, because this isn't the Three of Cups, it's the Five of Cups. Right behind this man are two beautiful golden glowing goblets, still upright, still full. The indication being, or the strong implication being, that there is still something beautiful that remains to be salvaged from the situation, or that there's another solution or an opportunity that you may miss out on because you're focusing only on the negative. You're actually kind of stuck in that past energy of this past thing. And all you need to do is turn around and actually acknowledge what's there, or what's being offered to you, and pull yourself out of this energy, because it feels like advice. It feels like not only advice in pulling your energy out of focusing only on the negative, but really asking yourself to explore if whatever this is that you're involved in, is it worth continuing? Is it worth what it's taken out of you so far? It feels like it's costing you quite a bit. And around the middle of this month, which is right around now, the time I'm recording this, because today is the 14th, that you're questioning if it's worth it, if all of this is worth it or not. And it looks like you need to make a new plan, and either you're being asked to, I think, come up with a different direction, think about a different direction, or you're receiving help. Somebody's actually helping you through this, because that Five of Cups is paired with the Knight of Pentacles. Knights usually representing something being brought to you. Knights are the bringers of the tarot. They're also associated with a fair amount of speed, although the Knight of Pentacles is more of a slower, steady, grounded sort of speed because he's the Knight of Pentacles. And Pentacles is a suit that's governed by the element of earth. So it's all about things in our earthly, tangible, material environment, grounded things, rooted things, things we can see and touch and feel. And most often it points to things like money, finances, resources, property, assets, etc. But the same energies can be applied to spirituality or love and relationship. It's about tangible results or tangible results, results of, you know, inner processes, outward manifestation, and Pentacles is a suit that represents kind of the tangible results of those things. So the Knight of Pentacles, Knights being the bringers of the tarot, this can represent somebody coming into the situation or somebody already present in your sphere who is, I feel like he's helping you get a different perspective on it, but helping you make a different kind of plan, because again, it feels like, you know, around the middle of May 2016, although I have a feeling this has been playing out for some time, whatever it is you're involved in, it feels like you almost have an aha moment, like there's a temporary victory or a small victory. It doesn't really feel like you thought it would feel, and all of a sudden you're questioning whether this is even worth continuing. Is it worth fighting? It's taking so much out of you. You kind of get stuck in that energy for a bit, and you're wondering, am I doing the wrong thing? Should I change and go completely the other way? Should I let this go and start on a new path? And if so, where do I go? What do I do? Where do I start? It feels very overwhelming. The energy of the Knight of Pentacles is either what you're being asked to manifest or draw upon, or the universe kind of gives you this energy, this solid, reliable, stable, practical, step-by-step kind of energy about, okay, let's sit down and look at this. What new path can I go in? What plan can I make? Or it also could represent an actual individual, either in your sphere or coming into your sphere to help you with this. And this could be an earth sign, which would be Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or somebody who strongly manifests the character traits of the Knight of Pentacles. It's an offer of assistance. It's a help, if not a helping energy that the universe kind of gives to you to kind of get you out of the funk or get you out of the place you get stuck in, and look at it in a more practical, logical way and come up with a plan to head in a different direction, because after that, it's all new beginnings. Your crowning card is the Ace of Wands, which is new beginnings. We have after that the Ace of Pentacles paired with the High Priestess. So the Ace of Pentacles, again, that lovely, grounded, rooted earth energy, solid, reliable, dependable, practical. Aces represent seeds, new beginnings, the potential, what can be planted and played out and grown and nurtured to beautiful fruition. The Ace of Pentacles could represent an actual tangible material gift like money, finances, resources, something like that. But one that has the potential to be built on into quite a good, solid foundation moving forward. Aces, of course, and you have three aces here, but I mean, paired together in the same reading, all upright, is a real success, and sure. But remember that aces represent seeds. They're the one. They represent the number one. They still need to be planted and watered and fed and nurtured so that they can grow to their beautiful fruition. The aces represent the potential, so they still need to be acted on and carried through. But the Ace of Pentacles, again, represents new beginnings. This could be new beginnings in money or finance, if this resonates for you more in that sector of your life. It could also represent tangible energies in love and romance or spirituality as well. But it represents a new beginning, a new path, and a tangible one that looks to have, this is a card about building foundations from the seeds, from the one. And it's beautiful, and you're being helped in this either by the Knight of Pentacles or by the energy of the Knight of Pentacles about making a new plan and moving into a new direction, because the path that you've been on does not look like it's serving you or making you feel happy and fulfilled. And you need to trust your instinct and trust your intuition in this, and kind of go within and see where is it you truly want to go, what direction you want to go in. If this is business, finance, and career, and all of a sudden you just realize that what you're doing is not what you want to do, it's not making you happy, then what do you think? Go within and touch base with yourself, your gut instinct, your intuition. Call on your source of divinity. Where is your happiness and joy? And start making an actual tangible plan to follow on that. If this for some of you resonates more as relationship energy, be it love and romance or family, and it's just been very conflicting, you want to either move away from it or start on a new path, again, go within and ask yourself what you think the solution is, where you think the new path lies, where are you going to find the most joy and fulfillment. And you really need to, I mean, it's always good to get advice and feedback from trusted friends, advisors, mentors, spiritual guides. But in the end, this is asking you to actually go within and seek out your own intuition and your own gut instinct, because at the end of the day, only you know what path is the most true, the most authentic, and the one that's going to provide the source of the most joy for you. Because that Ace of Pentacles is paired with the High Priestess, and that's what she is all about. This is a very intuitive, very spiritual person. This is somebody who sometimes keeps her cards pretty close to her chest. She sees a lot, if not everything, but she doesn't always talk about what she sees. This could also represent that this new beginning that you start on, maybe it's not a good idea to make it be really verbal about it in the beginning. That could also be a cautionary piece of advice, although if it is, I feel like it's for a smaller portion of you. Primarily, it's a card about going within, seeking out, asking God, the universe, your spirit, angels, guides, your source of divinity, for help and assistance and clarity and how to move forward on this new path, because you want it to be true and authentic for you, and trust your own intuition and your own feelings about what this might be. And it's new beginnings, new emotional beginnings. For some of you, this is going to represent new love, but definitely new emotional beginnings, because right next to that Ace of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Cups. Again, that suit of emotions, feelings, love, and relationships. And again, another ace, new beginnings, potential seeds that need to be planted and nurtured so that they can grow to their full fruition. The Ace of Cups represents new emotional beginnings, this new path making you very, very happy, very emotionally uplifted, very spiritually uplifted. For some of you, this is going to represent new love. It could represent new beginnings in a currently existing relationship, maybe that's gone through a lot of contention and strife. For some of you, this is going to be the breaking of a relationship and the ending of that, moving on a new path and having new love, although I think it's a smaller portion of you. But it's new beginnings, brand new beginnings. It's as if, at the middle of the month, it's like this big aha, epiphanic, light bulb sort of moment. I'm not happy. This isn't what I wanted. I thought it was, but it really isn't. So where do I go from here? Don't get stuck in that energy of, oh no, all this time is wasted. What's all this effort been worth? It's all worthwhile, Sagittarius. It's all about wisdom, lessons, growing, learning, and evolving, which is why we're here, and using that to propel us forward. Don't get stuck in it. It's going to be incredibly transformative for you, an incredibly transformative month for you, particularly the ending of the month and going into June. That Ace of Cups is paired with the Death Transformation card, major arcana card, significant change, significant life shift, transformative in a really positive and beneficial way, even though it was kick-started by what felt very negative. You realize you weren't happy. You don't want to continue in what this was. Don't get stuck in that what was it all for energy. It was all for learning, for growth, for wisdom, for evolution. On a new path, new emotional beginnings. It looks to have some tangible results. It looks to have the promise of good, solid foundations. Trust in your intuition. Trust in your instincts. New emotional beginnings, perhaps new love for some of you. Very, very transformative. And transformation is what needs to happen in this situation. It almost feels like it just... Again, I'm just kind of getting this sensation, Sagittarius, that it just hits you. This isn't what I want. It's what I thought I wanted. I fought for it. I invested so much, but it's not what I want. Make a plan. Don't get stuck in that negative energy. Make a plan. It looks like you're going to have some help, somebody there to help guide you through this, and the universe is going to give you that energy to move through this. But it looks like totally different path, like an about face, totally different path, maybe a little scary, but trust in your intuition. You're doing the right thing. It's going to be completely transformative. The death of something old, the ending of a path, the complete ending of a cycle of a path, and beginning a new one, which looks to have an incredible amount of potential. Now, your crowning card, Sagittarius, it's another ace. it's almost like, I almost want to say midlife crisis, although I really hate, catchphrases like that. But again, it's just like you wake up and realize that you're done. You just don't want this anymore, and you totally shift. You totally turn it, new paths, new beginnings. Your crowning card, new beginnings too. Ace of Wands. These are the energies of all your ace cards. All of these new beginnings are beautiful. We have the Ace of Wands, which is fire and air. This is creative, enthusiasm, passion, rebirth, inspiration, enthusiastic, new ideas, fire, passion, and fast movement. We have that Ace of Cups, which is new beginnings and emotions, love. Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings in a tangible way, perhaps money, finances, resources. Or maybe you just get up one day and walk out of your life completely and get in a car or get on a plane and start something new, because again, it feels like it's very boom, very sudden and very transformative. Again, what it's specifically oriented towards, I couldn't really say. You have an even number of suits in here, Sagittarius, so it could play out, and it's going to, as it always does, play out differently depending on those who are watching. For those of you whom it does resonate, let me know, because I would love to know how this plays out for you, both moving through the end of May, these last couple of weeks, and into June too, because I feel like this is a play it out for a while kind of situation. So Sagittarius, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope it has resonated for you and brought you some wisdom and clarity and insight, food for thought, perhaps on how to move through this. It looks like it's going to be very significant, very profound, and very impactful for you. So I hope this reading helps, because that's why we all do this. And again, for those of you who are interested in a one-on-one reading with me, click on the About sign for more information, or email me directly at maggie@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. And until I see you again in a couple of weeks for the June 2016 general readings, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks, Sagittarius, and I'll see you soon.